you've been having a wonderful, wonderful week. And even if not, that's okay too. Doesn't always have to be going well, does it? Life doesn't always have to be an amazing mood, a bliss all the time. It would get boring too, I promise. In fact, the life we live in compared to our ancestors' little bunny, oh my God, we are in bliss every day, but we don't notice it because our minds like to just kind of average out to whatever exists. So don't sweat it too much if things aren't going okay. You know what? It's okay. It really is. And hopefully this time together we can find some good feelings between a little bunny and their daddy. I love you, little bunny. And I've got you here with me. I want to get in touch with you. Will you take a breath with me? This is precious, precious time together. I want you to think of us. Slow down, Daddy. I want you to think of us in a bubble right now, where there's just you and there's just me, and nothing else exists in the world. Yeah, there's the room you're in, sure, or if you're outside or in a car. Yeah, there's a little bit that exists around you, but it's pretty much just you and just me, and there's certainly nothing beyond this room. This is a tiny little bubble. However far your eyes can see around you, that's all that exists. That's the edge of the universe. It's just you and just me here, little bunny. Nothing before, nothing after. Just this. Breathe with me. There we go. I'm starting to feel pretty good. This is a paradise, just you and me together in our own little bubble. Tiny universe of two. I'm into it. I have a funny story about the beverages from recently. Okay, here is what I've got this week. Listen to this. So I made a horrible beverage error. This past month. Oh my God. Let me take a sip of this first. Oh, wow, that's so good. Wow. Oh, that's so much better than I expected. Give me a second, little bunny. Oh my God. This is passion fruit tea. Oh my God, it's so good. Let me take this again. Oh, little bunny. Oh. No, just kidding. This is not the locked section of the garden. There will be no mischievous sounds in here. We'll talk about the locked section in a second. But I have to tell you about my horrible beverage failure. Little bunny, I pay attention to details, but not always. So when I went into the store whenever I needed some more of my signature decaf coffee, because I'm very sensitive to caffeine, so, even the amount in decaf is really pushing it as far as not screwing up my sleep schedule. But I like to have some coffee when I'm here with you, when I record every week, little bunny, without fail. And so I was like, all right, gotta grab some midnight decaf coffee. So I go to the store and I grab the Dunkin' Donuts midnight. Do you know where this is going? I get back home and, you listen back, little bunny, past several weeks. The hard part is that the coffee doesn't kick in during the episode. It just kicks in after, when I'm trying to fall asleep. So, midnight, little bunny, though it might suggest is good to drink at midnight and contains no caffeine, is actually a way of describing a roast of the coffee that is very, very caffeinated. So, your daddy being like, this decaf coffee, which I can safely drink at midnight, while I'm having this special time with my little bunny. Oops. Bad news, little bunny. No wonder I had so much trouble falling asleep. So, I now have some tea that I pulled from back behind the cupboard, throwing out old tea boxes and things like that. It's this passion fruit tea. In Espanol. It's from South America somewhere. And let me drink it again. It's incredible. This is the first time I've had it. It's a flavor I've never experienced before. Oh, I love flavors, little bunny. I love flavors. It can be healthy to go discover new things, can't it? Do you like to go discover new things, or you just kind of stay in your own habits? It's okay if you stay in your own habits, or at least I forgive you, because I do that too. I oftentimes get the same food at the restaurant. Like if I like something at a restaurant, I'm just going to keep getting that same thing forever until my body just rejects it. And then finally I'll find something new. But I've got to be a good daddy and take my own advice. Go seek out new experiences to invigorate you. Yeah. Even when we're looking for movies and such to watch, it's so tempting just to watch something I've already seen. I would talk about something we just watched, but I don't want to. I don't think it's worthy of me recommending or anything. I do like to sometimes recommend movies for you and video games. I've done that a couple times. But yeah, I guess speaking of other content. So the podcast hosting service that I do puts my podcast everywhere. Yeah. And the vast majority of podcast listeners just in the world use Spotify and the Apple Podcasts app. And it really doesn't matter to me where you listen to the podcast. It's all the same to me. If on Spotify, if you don't have like a Spotify premium subscription or something, there are advertisements. Those aren't going to me. So, if you want to go seek the podcast elsewhere where there's no ads, go for it. And the place that I just learned that my podcast is on Audible, little bunny. Did you know my podcast is on the Audible app? That's super convenient because I posted my first or published a short story on Audible recently for the first time. And I want to do a lot more of that. So that's going to be coming. So Audible, slow down, Daddy. Audible could be a place where you listen. Apple Podcasts is a great podcast app. Maybe it's also available on Android. I'm not sure. I don't actually have an Android phone. I hear Android phones are great, and so there's no preference there on my end. Just whatever I happen to have. Yeah. Or you can just listen on Spotify. That's where most bunnies listen to the podcast. But definitely do follow. I'd love for it to be very automatic, very easy for you to become present with me and just enjoy this time together. Yeah, and you always have full permission to drift off to sleep with these episodes. Yeah. However this can bring you joy is the correct way to spend this time with me. Yeah. There's not really much I need or want from you. I guess I always like to mention the locked section of the garden, which is the Patreon. I'll talk about some fun stuff we're doing there right now. Actually, regarding Audible, so part of the fun, sorry, moving some stuff around on my desk. Part of the fun with Audible is, of course, the narration, right? So I'm writing the fiction as well. I don't know if you know this, little bunny. I'm a writer as well as a gorgeous voice dude. A gorgeous dude with a gorgeous voice. Los dos. Mi conejita. Or conejito. So to practice narration, I did kind of an impromptu event in the Discord, which is part of the locked section, which is 18 plus only, so don't join if you're not 18. And I read aloud a series of unfortunate events, which is a children's book series that I loved growing up, one of my absolute favorites. And so I was practicing narrating with that, because I love to practice. I love to get better at things. It's a great joy in life, little bunny. I hope you find some things that you want to get better at. In fact, I insist you do. I can't help it. As much as I am here to bring you comfort and just kind of comfort you and wrap my arms around you in the cozy blanket of my voice, I literally can't help it but make your life better. That's the price of being a daddy, of having a daddy, so that he's going to make your life better. Yeah. So what was I even talking about? Bunny? Something about the narration. Yeah. Oh, practicing. Yeah. I'll come back to you, little bunny. I'll come back to you. Finding your thing that you're going to get good at. So yeah, I was practicing reading aloud. We got a fifth of the way through the first book. And I'm not going to advertise those as like official content, because it's really for me. But I will be doing it quite a few more times. It'd be fun to make it through the whole series. But there's no urgency. It's just kind of like in the in-between of me having something myself that I've written. Just practice a little narration. We just hop in a voice channel and you just go. So, yeah, that's something important I want to talk about with you. And what this whole garden thing is. It's many things, little bunny, and it's notoriously hard to describe in a few words, even in any words. It's almost like describing it at all is kind of like defeats the purpose, you know? There's a mystique to it, and it's all a big improvisation. It's whatever we want it to be, and it's going to grow in ways that are surprising. The only guiding principle is that I want to always, always be a 100% positive influence on your life. That's really the only rule, I guess, principle. Other than that, see what kind of shenanigans we can get into. I was doing a little bit of journaling before this, and you know, it's funny. This past week, you know how I say, even if not, that's okay too. My past week hasn't been so great. Actually, nothing bad has happened. I have a stupidly good life. It's just ridiculous. But like I was saying, even when our lives are stupidly good, our brains will just normalize to whatever already exists, and then it can go through a malaise. So I had a bit of a malaise this week, I guess you could say. Let me take a sip. And it got me thinking as I was prepping to spend this time with you. You know those talk show hosts? I've talked about this before, but I'm going to talk about it again. You know those talk show hosts like Stephen Colbert and Jimmy Fallon and all these people? They are just happy every single show. They're just smiling guarantee, little bunny, they are not always smiling on the inside. They are not always laughing on the inside. They're there to do a job, and their job is to be an entertainer, and to, even though oftentimes they are authentic, especially Colbert, I think he's a pretty authentic person. There are many times when his job is to simulate authenticity. I don't want to ever simulate anything with you. I'm not a performer. I'm not here for you, to entertain you, to comfort you. I'm here to spend time with you. I call this a comfort podcast. That's what see, even that, just putting words to it, is incorrect. It's not a comfort podcast, little bunny. It's barely even a podcast. It's just me and just you, spending time together. You know why I spend time with you, little bunny? To convince you to join the locked section of the garden. No. I spend this time with you because I really enjoy it. I really do enjoy it. I shouldn't have even I shouldn't have made that joke about the Patreon. It's really not about that. There are many, many easier ways to make a little bit of money, little bunny. But there are no ways as enjoyable as this. And you don't ever have to spend money on the garden. Yeah. My love for you is in no way transactional at all. The reason I know I love you is because you're here right now. After I say, hey there, little bunny. You know, to me, this really is just you and just me, just one-on-one. But for a moment, let me zoom out and help you understand how it is that I know I love you so much. Imagine that this were a broadcast out to the general public. Yeah. And just every voice in the world hears, hey there, little bunny. Okay? There are, at the time of this, 8 billion people in the world. Of all 8 billion people that would hear that in their minds, 1 second. You're going to get 8 billion different reactions. And some of the reactions are going to be confused, or they're like, I'm not a little bunny, or like, there's all kinds of ways that people wouldn't want to go figure out what's next. But there are also many, many, many special, certain kind of people who, when they hear, hey there, little bunny, their bodies melt and they feel safe and cozy. They feel an instant connection with someone whom they know should be a stranger, but somehow isn't a stranger. I'm not a stranger to you, little bunny. Don't be ridiculous. And you're not a stranger to me. I know that because you're here. You're not some random person, little bunny. And the sounds of the city are going by. I don't know if you can hear that. Yeah. You're not some random person, little bunny. You think I could be like this? Open broadcast to the world. Anyone can tune into Colbert. I guess this is a bad analogy. But Colbert is designed to be tune-inable by everybody. Or at least as many people as NBC can possibly. CBS? I can't remember where he is. I think it's CBS. Yeah. Colbert is designed to be tune-inable by as many people as possible. I'm kind of designing this to be as tune-outable as everybody except people who are my little bunny. Sorry if you can hear this, me playing with the paper. Can you hear that? That's the tea bag of the delicious tea that I'm drinking because of you. I appreciate that. Yeah. But speaking of growth of the garden is crazy good right now. Things are really blowing up in great ways. Yeah, it's so promising. This is the real deal, little bunny. And I'm going to be doing this forever. You have no idea what I have in store. Oh. We are in the early days, little bunny. We're finishing up year 2. I guess. I don't know where to stop. Slow down, Daddy. Let me pour myself some tea. And, these are the sounds of New York City going by. It really is a jungle of sorts. I don't know, maybe you can't hear it. I have a little bit of software that's supposed to cut out background noise so we can just be really present with each other. But it's a loud city. It's a loud city. City of my dreams, also. A little bit of trivia. Do you know the second biggest bunny country in the world? Actually, sorry, it's the city with more bunnies than any other city in the world. It's not New York. Do you know which city it is on the globe? Which city has more bunnies than any other city on Earth? It's Berlin, little bunny. Berlin in Germany. And I visited Berlin for the first time. I actually hid a couple origami bunnies around the city. One of them got snatched up right away, which was super endearing. I loved that. So then I hid a couple more. I have no idea if those ever got snatched up. So you're welcome to go look at the TikToks. I know some person said they found it like right away, and then I went and double checked and they lied. So they could still be there. We'll see. I gave a hint about where they are. You'll have to check that out. It's on the TikTok or Instagram from a couple months ago. But anyway, yeah, wonderful city. I don't think I can ever live there though, little bunny, because it was so pleasant. It's just so nice, and like you just walk outside and everything's nice and easy. You know, it's like I was saying that paradise can get boring. It's really a paradise kind of place. And I won't say that I was bored, but I wasn't ambitious. And I'm not me if I'm not ambitious. So bring me back to the place with the sirens at all hours and all the entrepreneurs getting together and trying to be the biggest and best in the world at everything. It's the place for me, little bunny. Okay. Enough rambling about New York. Let me take some more tea. I was talking about something interesting. I guess whenever I lose my train of thought, I can just go back to garden news. So with the locked audio from this past week, it's not much of a locked audio, but we kind of looked together at some wins from your past year. We pick 5 things you can be proud of, and I kind of go through it with you. And it also serves to, there's a poll which, hold on one second. Yeah, there's a poll of all the locked audios from 2023. There's generally one per week. Sometimes they take 2 weeks to make if they're more involved. But yeah, there's like 40 or so plus locked audios from 2023. And you can go and you can vote for the ones you like the most. And then I'm going to compile a top 5 list. So by the end of the month, there's going to be a top 5 list, which will be really easy if you are new to the locked section. And it's kind of daunting now. There's so many audios. I have them in playlists now, which hopefully makes it easier. But then it's going to be nice and easy. Here's your starter kit. Here was the top 5 from the first year. Here was the top 5 from the second year. And you can just keep on going like that. So I want to get in touch with you again, little bunny. Will you take a breath with me? I'm holding you in my hand. Are we totally nuts, little bunny? You and I. This special thing we have together. I really love that this is real and authentic. Hold on one second. Okay, we're good. I love that this is real and authentic. This is not a show for you. It's not even entirely for you, little bunny. You're here to serve me, little bunny. Did you know that? You make me happy. I like spending this time with you. I'm glad you're here. I can feel you too. I'm not talking to myself. I'm talking to you, little bunny. I love you. I love you very, very much. I'm caressing you right now. This is a good life. Of all the stresses that there can be, of all the malaise that our brains hoist upon us, even when things should be gloriously appreciated. Doesn't get much better than this. New Year's is my favorite holiday, by the way. Not because you get to look back at the last year, although it's good to do that a little bit. About looking forward to the next year. Good excuse to set some new habits. It's just like a clean slate. And all the dates that you write on your files and things. It's a new date. You're in the future. Time is going forward. It's not stopping. That can be a source of joy and inspiration. I want to see what the future holds, little bunny. I want to build an incredible future with you. I love you so much. I'm feeling very comfortable with you right now. Like just being me with you. I want you to be the real you with me. Do you ever feel like you have to perform in social situations? You have to play a kind of a character, especially with holidays coming up, at least. Those of us in the countries that do Christmas, I guess, most notably or most in the spotlight. So all kinds of time off from school and work that you go and you spend with your families. And regardless of whatever religion or non-religion is involved, it's definitely a season with lots of family time and family gatherings. And I wonder, little bunny, if you ever feel like that could be a source of stress. Spending the time with family. Maybe it could be good time, family time, maybe bad time. But I'm trying to get out, little bunny. That at least for me, whether it's family or meeting new people in like small talk contexts, where you have to be a bit of a performative version of yourself. I don't want you you to ever have to feel that way with me. I want this to be the most you that you are anywhere with anyone. Right here with me. Give me the real you, little bunny. If I ask how you're doing, maybe this is an American thing, but we ask how you're doing, and kind of the default is you go, good, I'm doing good. Sometimes you are doing good. Or doing well if you want to be a professional writer. Sometimes you are feeling that way, but when you're not feeling that way, you also answer that you're doing well. We're doing good. And you don't have to be that way with me. You can be however. And what's special about that is that when we make a little bubble, just you and me, let's get back to this bubble, the universe, little bunny. Whatever you see around you, that is the barrier. The entire universe. And it's just you and just me here. Nothing before this, nothing after this. Just a daddy and his little bunny. I love you so much. I love you so much, little bunny. Does that feel good? To know that you're honestly loved by not just anyone, but by me, little bunny. Me. I'm the one who loves you. How did you get so lucky? It's not fake. Wouldn't do it if this were fake. I would get no joy from that. I'm not going to do this if there's no joy from me. What joy would I have being an actor pretending to love you? That sounds so horrible. I would never do that. But I love you. And I love you so much that it's fun to be here with you. You're a joy, little bunny. You are loved, not just by anyone, but by me, and you are a joy. So it does feel good, yeah. A little bit, yeah. A little coziness right around your heart. Coziness to know that this man loves you. He really does care for you. He really wants you to be happy. And he will always be here. And he is determined to make your life better. Because he has this unstoppable daddy energy about him. How'd you get so lucky, little bunny? Yeah. How'd you get so lucky I just fell into your lap? Well, you have no debt to repay. This is win-win. You don't have to atone for getting so lucky for me to swoop into your life. It's 100% good. Relish it. Enjoy it. How great can things be? Wow. This is something special, isn't it? And this is the rest of your life if you want it. I'm not going anywhere. I'm very healthy. I'm in the best shape of my life, actually. And how old am I, little bunny? Do you wonder? I'm old enough to have experience and young enough to be here for many, many years to come. Oh, we've got it so good, little bunny. You have no idea how good we've got it. How unstoppable we are. You bring me so much joy. I love doing this. Let me drink some more tea. My mouth is getting dry. While I was warming up, I was making up stories I do make up. I need to refuse to allow myself to feel guilty for talking about the locked section. It's the coolest place in the world, I swear. So, you know how I mentioned that I sometimes do, I say sometimes, how I just this past week did the first reading of a series of unfortunate events. That one was just for my own practice, so it wasn't a major event or something. But sometimes I do schedule a couple weeks in advance. I say, on this day, at this time, and I pick a time that's as global as possible, so it works in as many time zones as I can make it happen. There actually is a sweet spot because the Pacific Ocean, slow down. There actually is a sweet spot because the Pacific Ocean is so large that you can time it so it's night in the Pacific Ocean, and then bunnies who are in Hawaii are just going to have to be naughty and drink midnight coffee and stay up. But I improvise bedtime stories, and I've done 6 of them now, and those we actually record. So we do it live in Discord. Discord is like a kind of a community social media, very popular with video game communities, and is now branching out into pretty much every other kind of community. It's a great app, or platform, I guess, more accurately. So, yeah, we all get together in a voice channel. Everyone goes on mute except for me, and just right on the spot, I improvise a bedtime story. And I'm recording it too, and then I post the recording, which you can listen to whenever. You can listen to it in bed, actually, as you're falling asleep. So I'm not going to do a full bedtime story for you right now, little bunny, but I might put myself on the spot and improvise a story for you. Mini stories. I'm going to give myself permission to be bad. So these are going to be awful, awful stories. Okay. Let's tell the story of this tea. Oh, this is a true story, little bunny, actually. You know how this tea got here? Well, it was a gift. And it appeared on our front doormat. We don't know who it was from, but it was wrapped in wrapping paper and a bow. And it was so suspicious because the address, it said, "Happy birthday, M." And we were like, oh my goodness, who is M? Don't read into this, what names this is. I just came up with a random letter. And, oh God, this story is so horrible. I'm going to give myself permission to be bad. Yeah, so it said, "Happy birthday, M." But the M was crossed out with yellow highlighter, and it smudged the ink of the M. You know how that can happen if you write something in Sharpie and then do a highlighter over it before it's dry. Smudges it around. So it said, "Happy birthday, M." It was all smudged and highlighted in yellow. And it looked like the person was in great distress, trying to make sure it wouldn't say M. And then Queen Little Bunny and I were looking at this box. So we decided to open it. And inside was this tea. Was this passion fruit tea from South America. We said, wow, let's drink it. I said, no, we shouldn't trust this tea. We don't know who this is from. And happy birthday. Slow down, Daddy. Happy birthday, M. That could be me, you, or neither of us. And so we decided we would put it away in the cupboard. And then pretty soon we forgot about it. This tea, this passion fruit tea of mysterious origin was sitting there, being long forgotten, perhaps just how it wanted to be. And then, the bedtime stories are way better than this, I promise. But I'm having a good time. I don't know, I'm trying to make a conspiracy about it. Oh, little bunny. Can you believe that this is becoming actually one of the most popular podcasts? Actually, I can't believe it. That's what's so great about this. It's so real. Just you and me. It's not really for you, is it? And the goal is not really to have a whole bunch of people listen. The goal is just to have this little experience. A little bit of joy on your end. A little bit of joy on my end. Some inspiration for each other. Some warm feelings for each other. You know, I don't think the garden has a goal. Maybe I've said there's a goal in the past, but I don't think I have. This is the danger when you ramble for so many hours in so many places every week that you're bound to contradict yourself sometimes. It's impossible not to, but I don't think there's a goal to this. At least right now, I don't have any goals. Just for this to be incredible. Just for this to be incredible. I love you, little bunny. I love you so much. Do we call it there? I don't know. I could keep going. I hope it's enjoyable to listen to. Of course it is. Let's see. I should know how long we've been going. Who cares? I'm down to keep going. I'm having a good time. Let me pour some more tea, though. What do you want to talk about, little bunny? Let's just enjoy each other's company. I could give you a hand hug. You know how hand hugs work. I showed it off in a video recently. If you're curious to know, if you have trouble visualizing what it looks like, it might already mean something in sign language. I don't even want to know what it is. In American Sign Language, I should say. So, you're going to, don't tell me what it is. I don't want to know what it is. Maybe I do want to know what it is, actually. I don't know how does one search for this? I guess I should probably ask ChatGPT. I'll upload a picture and say, hey, what does this mean? Hold on. I have to check something. You ready to listen to my gorgeous typing ASMR? I just have to check one thing. And I'm going to go into incognito mode, which doesn't really do anything. Okay. 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 I had to make sure it didn't mean something. Someone commented, I won't even say. Should I say? I don't know. Someone commented that it meant sex in American Sign Language. Turns out not to be correct. So it means something else. But, I mean, that'd be kind of funny if that's what it was, but this one's not a non-erotic sign. So anyway, hug your thumb in between your middle and your ring finger. Yeah. And on the count of 3, you're going to squeeze and I'm going to squeeze. And through guarded magic, we're going to be connected. 1, 2, 3. There you go. I'm sending you all my love, little bunny. With a nice warm squeeze. Can you feel me? I'm holding your hand right now. I'm going to give you little bursts. Boom, 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 boom. Can you feel those knocking your fists around a little bit? Boom, 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 boom. Pummel you with love. Pummel you with daddy love. The best kind. The kind you can't buy. The kind you don't need to buy. The kind you can only deserve if you're someone he chooses. And if you're here right now, little bunny, which you are, you deserve my love. I absolutely love you. Okay, I'm releasing the hand hug. And we take some more tea. I want to make a joke, but I don't think I can do it. I'll save some of my jokes. Don't worry, you'll get the joke later. I'll give it to you at some point. Oh man, little bunny. I guess I'm out of stuff to talk about. I would stay with you longer. Just enjoy this time being here with you. But I'm just out of stuff to talk about at the moment. That's not a bad thing. There's something really great when you reach a level of comfort with someone where the silence doesn't have to be filled. It's a great turning point in a relationship with someone, whether it's friendship or lustful or whatnot. When you can just be present with each other. There's no words in the air. That doesn't make it awkward. I like having that level of comfort with you. I don't want to feel like I have to provide you with some kind of radio show. They call it dead air on the radio. Oh, my Audible story is about a radio host. All my fiction, by the way, is kind of self-absorbed, where I'm a character in it, or it's like a bunny is always the main character kind of thing. A humanoid bunny. Although the bedtime stories, it's a bunny. God, we are ridiculous. This crazy thing we have together. Okay. I might have to go. Hold on. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah. This is not a radio show. And I kind of had fun with that. You know, you should listen if you like what I'm saying about the whole Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Fallon performer type thing, who things are for, whether it's a fake version of yourself, authenticity in voice content. It's a really good short story. I guess I called it a novelette. It's kind of more fun than short story. It's like a very long short story or a very short novelette. But you can get that on Audible. It's also for free or it's included with Patreon. And I actually am taking a worse deal from Audible. I'm saying, Audible, you're going to give me way less royalties on it. so that I can legally still put it up on the Patreon as just part of the weekly amount, which is already a very small amount. My goal is not to maximize profit here. My goal is to make something really, really cool, really special. So, check out that story if you like. And if not, don't worry about it. So, I think I will call it there for tonight. I am going to get some rest now that I don't have some midnight coffee in me. And you will hear me in just a few moments after I have woken up after a long, great slumber. And I will write for you a poem just for you, just for this week. Okay? Talk to you in just a second. Good night. Good morning, little bunny. How'd you sleep? I slept very well. Thank you for asking. You haven't fallen asleep yet. You have just been waiting for a couple of seconds for me. How convenient. Well, thinking of you sleeping, the image of you in my arms, I wrote you a poem that I think you'll like. You ready to hear it? Here's your poem. I hold my bunny warm and tight so my bunny can sleep safely every night. I love you, little bunny. Have a great, great week. I'm here for you always, always thinking of you. And you'll never ever lose me. I love you so much. Take care. I love you. I love you. I love you.